Hello and welcome to Fast and Factual. My name is Utsaf Parekh and here are the top stories of the day. Israel launched an airstrike on Rafah city in southern Gaza last night. According to the officials in Gaza, the Israeli attack killed at least 35 Palestinians. The strike hit tents housing displaced Gazans. However, the Israeli military says its air force struck a Hamas compound and killed two of their commanders. The Israeli strike on Rafah city followed a missile attack by Hamas. Hamas launched a barrage of rockets on Tel Aviv for the first time in 4 months. The Israeli military said 8 rockets were fired from Rafah, but several were intercepted. The leaders of China, Japan and South Korea held a rare summit in Seoul. The trio reiterated calls for the denuclearization of North Korea and the stability of the Korean peninsula. The summit aimed to revitalize free trade agreement negotiations between the three nations. The talks have been stalled since 2019. According to Japan, North Korea is planning to launch another satellite between May 27th and June 4th. Pyongyang is reportedly planning to put a second military reconnaissance craft into orbit. Using diplomatic channels in Beijing, Tokyo has sought to halt Pyongyang's plans. South Korea has called the impending satellite launch a provocative act. Burkina Faso's military junta has postponed the transition back to democracy by 5 years. The junta seized power in a coup in 2022 and was supposed to hand over power on July 1st this year. But as things stand, Burkina Faso won't see civilian rule till at least 2029. Now for updates from India's ongoing parliamentary elections. Voting for the 6th phase of the parliamentary election concluded on Saturday. The Election Commission of India has released voter turnout data. The voter turnout across 6 states and 2 union territories was over 61%. In India's capital, New Delhi, the voter turnout stood at a little over 54%. There was record voter turnout in Kashmir's Anantnag-Rajouri constituency. It recorded a turnout of 53%. Just before that, the last general election in 2019, the turnout was just about 9%. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Anantnag-Rajouri voters for the record turnout. Meanwhile, the Indian PM has criticized leaders from the opposition bloc, the INDIA. He called them communal, racist and nepotists. His remarks came while he was campaigning for the 7th and final phase of the election. That wasn't the only jibe by the Indian Prime Minister. He criticized the Indian National Congress Party and the Samajwadi Party during a rally in the state of Uttar Pradesh. He said jihadis in Pakistan are praying for the opposition's victory. Meanwhile, as campaigning for Phase 7 continues, India's Home Minister Amit Shah is all set to hold 3 rallies in Uttar Pradesh today. He will visit the Kushinagar, Balia and Gosaipur constituencies. Prashant Jagdev, a candidate from the Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP, has been arrested in the state of Odisha. He was arrested for allegedly vandalizing a voting machine during voting for Phase 6 of the election on Saturday. Jagdev allegedly pulled a voting machine from a table during a spat with officials at the polling booth. The voting machine fell and broke. The Chief Minister of the state of Bihar, Nitish Kumar, made a major gaffe. Kumar said he wished that India's Prime Minister had another term as Chief Minister. That would effectively mean a major demotion for India's Prime Minister. Kumar made these remarks during an election rally near the city of Patna. Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has filed a petition in India's Supreme Court. He's seeking an additional 7 days of interim bail, citing serious health concerns. Kejriwal was arrested in a money laundering case, but he was granted interim bail to campaign for the elections till June 1st. He has been directed to surrender and return to jail on June 2nd. Meanwhile, Kejriwal criticized India's ruling BJP government, saying that the country's freedom, constitution and democracy are in danger. The remarks were made during an election rally in the state of Punjab. Kejriwal called upon the people of Punjab to once again be at the forefront to save India. The Congress party leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also lashed out at the BJP. She asked why there was no prosperity in India if the country's economy is growing at a rapid pace. She added that unemployment is at its highest level in 45 years. The remarks were made while Gandhi Vadra addressed her first poll rally in Punjab yesterday. Moving to climate news, Cyclone Remal made landfall in the coastal areas of the Indian state of West Bengal yesterday. At least 2 people were killed in the city of Kolkata due to the storm. Flight services were initially suspended, but they have now resumed. The West Bengal administration had earlier evacuated at least 100,000 people from high-risk areas. A deadly landslide that struck Papua New Guinea on Friday has buried more than 2,000 people. This is according to a letter that the country's government sent to the United Nations. According to the UN, at least 670 people have died so far. In the US, severe storms and deadly tornadoes claimed the lives of at least 18 people over the weekend. Deaths were reported in the states of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas and Kentucky. Tens of thousands of residents were without electricity across the region. At least 3 people have died in Armenia and Georgia due to floods caused by heavy rain. About 230 people were evacuated from their homes in North Armenia. Armenia has asked Russia to send troops to help with the flooding. Fresh spells of rainfall have caused more flash floods in Afghanistan. The provinces of Badakhshan and Baghlan have been impacted. Officials say at least 15 people have been killed due to the flooding. 10 of the deceased were from the same family. Torrential rains had killed more than 300 people in Afghanistan earlier this month. On to business and tech news. France's finance minister, Bruno Le Maire, has said that China's excessive production capacity is a threat to the entire world economy. Le Maire's warning came during a meeting of G7 countries. The French finance minister said that G7 countries need to assess China's industrial practices. This comes after the US had raised similar concerns about China's production capacity. Meanwhile, the French Prime Minister, Gabriel Attal, has said that the government plans to cut unemployment benefits. The plan includes reducing the maximum time people can receive unemployment benefits from 18 months to 15 months. The government aims to save nearly $4 billion each year with this cut. The French Prime Minister claims that the changes are not to save money, but to get more people into the workforce. Iran has reportedly approved a plan to raise its crude oil output by 500,000 barrels per day. The plan was approved by an economic council headed by Iran's interim president, Mohammad Mokhbar. The West Asian country wants to extract 4 million barrels of crude oil per day. Australian mining giants Rio Tinto and the BHP Group will be collaborating soon. The firms will jointly test electric mining trucks in their operations. Rio Tinto and BHP will deploy battery-operated trucks in their mines in the Pilbara region of Western Australia. The firms say these electric trucks are expected to help them move closer to their decarbonisation goals. Italian luxury sneaker brand Golden Goose is reportedly planning to launch an initial public offering this week. The firm plans to list its shares on the Italian Stock Exchange in Milan. As per reports, Golden Goose is expected to be valued at over $3 billion during the IPO. China has set up a $47.5 billion investment fund for its semiconductor industry. This is the country's third and largest ever investment fund to boost the chip sector. The fund is backed by China's central government and various state-owned banks, including the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. China has been trying to boost domestic chip makers to achieve self-sufficiency in the sector. This is amid a series of restrictions imposed on Chinese tech firms by the US. Meanwhile, Chinese Premier Li Qiang has met with the chairman of the South Korean tech giant Samsung. He has asked the Samsung chief to expand investments in China. Li Qiang said that China will improve the business environment for foreign companies in the country. Elon Musk's artificial intelligence startup xAI has raised $6 billion in a new funding round. The fundraiser was led by investors like Sequoia Capital and Fidelity Management, among others. xAI said that the money will be used to bring its first product to market. SpaceX has received the license to operate its Starlink internet service in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe's president has said that the decision will help provide high-speed internet throughout the country. Starlink's operations were suspended in the country last month. This was after it was found that SpaceX was providing internet services in Zimbabwe without a license. In the United States, the families of shooting victims have sued the video gaming firm Activision. 19 children and 2 teachers were killed in a school shooting in the city of Uvalde in 2022. The victims' families claim that the shooter was a player of Call of Duty, one of Activision's games. The lawsuit claims that Activision has allegedly helped create a youthful consumer base for assault rifles. The lawsuit also accuses the social media firm Meta of advertising guns to minors. Moving to sports, we start with cricket. Kolkata Knight Riders have emerged as the champions of the IPL 2024. They beat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 8 wickets in the final on Sunday. Batting first, Hyderabad posted a paltry 113 runs. Andre Russell starred with the ball and picked up 3 wickets for KKR. During Kolkata's innings, Venkatesh Iyer led the run chase with the bat, scoring an unbeaten 52. Kolkata chased down the target of 114 with almost 10 overs to spare. The West Indies handed a 3-0 washout to South Africa in a T20 international series that concluded yesterday. In the third match, South Africa opted to bat first and ended at 163 for 7. The West Indies reached the target comfortably with more than 6 overs to spare. The result gives the West Indies a boost ahead of the upcoming T20 World Cup. In football, Barcelona completed their season with a 2-1 victory over Sevilla in La Liga yesterday. Barca took the lead in the 15th minute through Robert Lewandowski. Sevilla levelled with Youssef El Nesri's strike in the 31st. It was level at the break, but Fermin Lopez scored the winner for Barca in the second half. This was Barcelona's final game with their coach, Xavi Hernandez, who was sacked last week. Manchester United stunned Premier League champions Manchester City 2-1 in the FA Cup final. First half goals from Alejandro Garnacho and Kobe Mainu gave United the lead. City pulled one through Jeremy Doku in the 87th minute, but by then it was too late to salvage the match. This means United and their coach, Erik ten Hag, end their turbulent season on a positive note. In tennis, men's world number 3, Carlos Alcaraz, has entered the second round of the French Open. The Spaniard dominated the USA's JJ Wolf 6-1, 6-2, 6-1 in their opening match yesterday. Alcaraz will face the Dutchman Jesper de Jong in the second round. 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka also won her opening match at the French Open. Japan's Osaka defeated Italy's Lucia Bronzetti 6-1, 4-6, 7-5. Osaka will now face either world number 1 Iga Świątek or Léolia Jean-Jean from France. In Formula One, Ferrari racer Charles Leclerc has won the Monaco Grand Prix for the first time in his career. A collision between two Haas cars and Red Bull's Sergio Perez resulted in a red flag that temporarily halted the race. However, after the restart, Leclerc managed to maintain control. McLaren's Oscar Piastri finished second and Ferrari's Carlos Sainz finished third. In badminton, Indian shuttler PV Sindhu's title drought continues. Yesterday, she lost in the finals of the Malaysia Masters to China's Wang Zhiyi. Sindhu got off to a good start, winning the first set 21-16. But Wang recovered to defeat Sindhu 21-5, 21-16 in the next two sets. In athletics, the Indian javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra has pulled out of the Ostrava Golden Spike 2024 athletics meet. The reigning Olympic champion faced discomfort in his thigh region during training some weeks ago. Chopra said he doesn't want to risk anything before the Paris Olympics, so as a precautionary measure, he withdrew from the Ostrava meet. India's Deepa Karmakar made history at the 2024 Asian Gymnastics Championships in Uzbekistan. She bagged a gold medal in the women's vault apparatus. Karmakar's victory marks the first time an Indian gymnast has ever won a gold at the event. Now moving to some news from the entertainment world. American filmmaker Sean Baker's Anora has won the Palme d'Or, which is the Cannes Film Festival's top award. The film is a comic but devastating Brooklyn odyssey about a sex worker who marries the son of a wealthy Russian oligarch. Meanwhile, India's All We Imagine as Light won the Grand Prix, which is the second highest honor at Cannes. Actor Anusuya Sengupta created history for India. She became the first Indian actor to win the Best Actress award at the Cannes Film Festival. She was felicitated with the award for her role in the film called The Shameless. The Best Actor award went to Jesse Plemons for Kinds of Kindness. American rapper Nicki Minaj was detained at Amsterdam airport in the Netherlands. She was held on the suspicion of carrying drugs with her. However, she was later released after reportedly paying a fine. This brief detention led to the cancellation of her concert in Manchester in the UK. American singer Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band are rescheduling 2 more shows. They have cited doctors' directions as the singer continues to suffer vocal issues. The band's Prague and Milan concerts will be rescheduled. Their European stadium tour is scheduled to resume on June 12th in Madrid. The E Street Band had earlier postponed their concert in Marseille. Michael Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, recreated his uncle's iconic 1983 Thriller music video. This is for the upcoming biopic called Michael. In new photos from the film set, 27-year-old Jafar's resemblance to his uncle is uncanny. The Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown has married Jake Bon Jovi. The low-key ceremony was reportedly attended by Bon Jovi's parents, John Bon Jovi and Dorothea Bon Jovi, along with Brown's parents. The couple sparked romance rumors in June 2021 when Bon Jovi shared a selfie with Brown. The world's first Doraemon drone show lit up the Hong Kong sky over Victoria Harbour. The show lasted 15 minutes. It displayed images of characters from the popular manga series. A 12-meter-high Doraemon inflatable sculpture also thrilled spectators. The 60-year-old Miss Universe contestant from Buenos Aires, Alejandra Marisa Rodriguez, has lost the beauty pageant. However, her efforts to become the oldest Miss Universe contestant are being cheered as a triumph over ageism. Even though she failed to clinch the Miss Argentina crown, Rodriguez won the title of Best Face. Miss Universe eliminated its long-standing age requirement and generated a frenzy of global media attention. American songwriter Richard M. Sherman died at the age of 95. He was one half of the prolific award-winning pair of brothers who helped form millions of childhoods by writing memorable songs from Mary Poppins, The Jungle Book, and It's a Small World. The duo won two Academy Awards and a Grammy Award. The Walt Disney Company announced Sherman's death in a Los Angeles hospital due to age-related illness. General Hospital actor Johnny Wachter has died at the age of 37. His agent confirmed the news, remembering his late client as a spectacular human being. Wachter was reportedly shot and killed in Los Angeles on Saturday. That's all for this episode of Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to First Post.